What if I told you there's a way to quickly double or even triple your revenues without raising prices, adding more customers, or spending millions on capital projects? What if the real key to protecting your business in any economy was already within your control, in the way you serve? Hi, I'm Tom LeClair, and for over 25 years, I've been transforming brands around the world through service and operational excellence. Whether repositioning luxury resorts in Europe, Asia, and beyond, or revitalizing a once stagnant winery into one of the top 10 best estates in the world, I've witnessed the same truth time and again. When service becomes legendary, revenues surge. At that winery, when we raised service to a 5-star level, guest spend didn't increase by 10 or even 15%. It rose by 315%. Not because of new facilities or a bigger marketing budget, but because we built an emotional connection so strong that guests didn't just buy wine. They bought the experience of belonging to something special. That's what service excellence does. It transforms customers into loyalists, loyalists into ambassadors, and ambassadors into the foundation of sustained high-value growth. Many leaders think 5-star service means luxury linens and marble lobbies, but true service excellence isn't about your facility or your product. It's about the feeling you leave behind. Even Forbes and Michelin, who define excellence, focus more on impactful human standards than technical checklists. Remember, guests and customers aren't buying what you sell. They're buying how it makes them feel. The most powerful service often costs nothing. They come from anticipation, connection, and personalization. That's why when I consult with business leaders, I show them that investing in service training delivers a far better ROI than most capital projects ever will. When your team knows how to create extraordinary, meaningful moments, that's where brand equity lives. Service operates in the background of every interaction, in the tone of a greeting, the timing of a response, and the care behind every detail. It's also what makes 5-star service hard to sustain, because most of it happens in the subconscious. Customers may not even realize why they trust you or recommend you, but it's because they feel something. When you optimize service touchpoints from the first impression to issue resolution, you increase not just satisfaction, but perceived value. And when perceived value raises, so does a customer's willingness to spend. This is the invisible multiplier effect. It's the real secret to scaling revenue without scaling costs. The emotional response also adds resilience to your brand. You don't always need more customers. You need deeper loyalty from the ones you already have. As both an executive and a coach, this is what I focus on, helping companies optimize service systems so their customer lifetime value and profitability rise together. Done right, this becomes your most powerful growth engine and your hedge in volatile markets. Of course, no service strategy succeeds without your people. To build a consistent 5-star culture, you must analyze your operations honestly, identify gaps, friction points, and areas where intent doesn't match delivery. Owners often tell me, "We already provide good service," or "Our team doesn't like to change." But true leaders don't settle for good when great is possible. Buy-in isn't about forcing change. It's about showing value at every level. This is where a luxury service consultant can really make an impact. They can connect the pursuit of excellence to your staff's desire for prosperity. In a tipped environment, for example, when check averages rise, team members see direct increases in income. And, as an owner, you'll see the flow-through and better retention. That's how 5-star service stops being a slogan and becomes a shared goal. The most successful companies, the ones that thrive decade after decade, understand that service and sales are partners, not separate disciplines. When every team member understands their role in shaping the customer journey, it unleashes revenue and loyalty that no marketing budget could buy. Your business will face market struggles. That's inevitable. But when that happens, don't just cut costs, increase perceived value. Nothing raises perceived value faster than world-class service delivery, with authenticity, consistency, and heart. And as you look ahead to the next quarter, the next year, or the next economic shift, remember, markets will always test you. Trends will come and go. But the human desire for connection, care, and meaning will never change. That's what legendary service delivers. It protects revenue, multiplies brand value, and turns businesses into movements. When you're ready to redefine what excellence feels like, strategic consulting like ours will help elevate your service culture for a long-term impact. And if you can make that your standard, you won't just survive the next market cycle, you'll thrive.